Putting God first can be difficult. What can we learn from Esther that will help us put God first in our lives today? When Esther joined the selection process that would eventually make her queen of the Persian Empire, many doubts must have rushed through her mind. Her people were exiles, and their hopes were dim. It looked like God had abandoned them to Persian rule while still requiring obedience. But Esther was beautiful, both inside and out. Even a ruthless king could see that. So, Xerxes chose her to become his queen. Esther enjoyed her palace and privileges she could only have imagined in previous years. After a while, King Xerxes was deceived by an advisor when he issued a death decree against all Hebrews. When challenged to beg the king for mercy, Esther was afraid. It's difficult to put God first when we struggle with poverty and the lack of resources. Yet, wealth and power often also lead people away from Him. How do you put God first when you have more wealth and influence than those around you? Well, follow the example of Esther. She said, "Go, gather all the Jews, and fast for me for 3 days. My maids and I will fast likewise. And so I will go to the king, which is against the law, and if I perish, I perish." Esther was not immune to fear, but she was as courageous as she was beautiful. She bravely decided to put God first, investing all, even her life if necessary, to save others. Her words, "If I perish, I perish," are engraved in the story of God's people to encourage those who, through the ages, would also be called to do the same. And we know how the story ended. Esther put God first. Her example compels us to do the same. As the deacons collect the tithe and promise, we are challenged to put God first.